Okay, now we all know that aluminium is a very good conductor of heat and electricity, and when we have doors and windows made of aluminium, we tend to lose a lot of energy because the heat outside spoils the effect of the air conditioning inside, or the cold outside spoils the effect of the heater inside. The answer of aluminium to this is the thermally broken aluminium profiles. As you see over here on your screen, this is a frame and this is a sash, and the frame profile has been split into two, and a polyimide strip has been inserted in between the two pieces of the frame. Similarly, the sash profile has been split into two, and a polyimide strip has been inserted in between the two. Polyimide strip is an insulating thing, and this stops the heat from flowing from one side to the other side. That's how a thermally broken aluminium profile looks like, and this is one half of the profile here, and this is the other half of the profile, and this in between is the polyimide strip. The process of thermally breaking aluminium has 4 steps. We get thermal break lines from Moeller Technologies of Switzerland, and all the 4 steps, there are machines associated with this. The first process is knurling. We have profiles broken into 2 parts or split into 2. Profiles get extruded in that way. The 2 halves of the profile where they are to be joined have to be knurled, which means that when we insert the polyimide strip into the recess which is made for the polyimide strip, it keeps slipping. By knurling, we introduce very small serrations on the walls of the aluminium profile. So when you insert the strip, it gives more friction, and therefore the holding of the polyimide strip within the profile is better. The next step is assembling. Assembling means putting the polyimide strip into the recesses meant for the polyimide strip in the profiles. And then the third process is rolling, which means that the polyimide strips are rolled in such a way that the ends get crimped. Okay, here let's take a look at this. The first process is knurling. So this wall here, this wall here, this wall here, and this wall here. Similarly, this and this wall of the aluminium profile will be made serrated with small globules of spots will be made inside this in a row. Then this and this strip will be inserted into the polyimide profile, and having done that, it will be rolled with a roller on this side and a roller on this side. Similarly, this roller will be here and a roller will be here, and the 2 edges here, here, here and here will get pressed together, and the profile gets crimped. And finally, we have shear force testing, in which the aluminium profiles that are finished with that are inserted with the polyimide strip and rolled, we give a pressure, a longitudinal pressure and a transverse pressure, to check how much force is required for breaking that. It's just a check. Now let's take a look at the video of a thermal break line. Now, Moeller Technologies are suppliers of thermal break lines to the largest extruder of aluminium profiles in the world, and that is Sapa. And this video has been taken in the Sapa factory. That's the storage area for the profiles, and that's the thermal break line. As you see over here, the various machines are placed here, and all this is material handling equipment on the sides, and let's see how the process happens now. The video shows the thermally broken aluminum profile for a casement frame being made. This is a computerized system. Of course, lower systems are also available. Here, all the profile characteristics are fed into the computer, and when you feed the data and into the computer, the computer adjusts the machines so that that particular profile can be processed. Now here is the knurling machine being adjusted for this particular profile. That's the adjustment happening. It is just the kind of distance between the rollers that is adjusted. That is one half of the profile being processed now. Yes, now here if you look carefully, masking tape is being put on the profile so that the surface of the profile does not get damaged while it is being processed. This is an accessory, but the main thermal brake line consists of a knurling machine, an assembly machine and a rolling machine, and of course shear force testing. But there are such accessories available which can be added as per the customer's requirement. That is the strip being added from the other side, and now the polyimide strips will be assembled to the profile. You see, one half of the profile is now carrying the polyimide strip. It goes to the next station and the strip is straightened, and now the other half of the profile, as you see, has been assembled. Now this area will be straightened so that it is at 90 degree or perpendicular. That's the straightening happening on the right, and now it goes into rolling. If you look carefully, you will see the L shape, and this is the casement frame. Now the rolling happens and the edges get crimped so that the polyimide gets gripped properly in the recess. This is the longitudinal shear test going on. This meter shows the force at which the strip gets taken out or the profile breaks. Now you see here, this is the polyimide strip, this is one half and the other half of the profile, and now it started breaking. And this records the point at which the shear force at which the profile finally gave way. Now the process is complete and it's going for packing and then eventual stacking in the finished goods area. That's the profile, it's packed, and it will now go to the stacking area. Systems are designed depending on the amount of manual intervention desired. Let's have a look at some of the machines that we use. The one that you see on your left is the type S, when you need lower production rates of about 20 profiles per hour. This is the knurling machine. The LK1 is for production rates of up to 60 profiles per hour, and the LK1+2 with access control, production rate 100 to 150 profiles per hour. For assembling, these are the two types of machines, type PM-E for small to medium quantities and type PM-E/A for fully automatic and robotized line. That's the fully automatic line, and that's the low production machine. The traditional way is combined knurling and assembling system. The classic assembly way is knurling is separate and then assembly happens. But they have come up with a new system, which is the combined knurling assembling, in which knurling as well as assembly happens simultaneously. So this increases the production rate. Rolling machines, you have the BC Plus for low volumes and small size profiles. You have the standard for high volumes, and you have the advanced machine, that's the advanced machine for highly automated production systems. These are the three types of rolling machines available.